Hello. I'm going to attempt here. It's probably going to be in two parts. This will be should be part one. How to cut bangs into a non-bang wig. But specifically, uh, a hard part. Non monofilament. So these fibers are going to be quite stiff. They're kind of wanting to go in this direction. So what we're going to do, we're going to just brush the front half of it. The back half's fine. The thing you're going to want to do for bangs is bring up as much of this front bit. Oh my gosh, had two combs. Neither one of them are helping because this is a very tangly wig. But you're going to want to do a triangle. I can't, I'm in the way. A triangle up here from in the middle down, over here. It's going to be a triangle. So just one section. We're gonna, okay, you'll see as we go. I can't make it make sense unless you see what I'm doing. So, all right. So I'm trying to just comb. I don't want to go. I don't want all the hair, like all the front. If that makes sense. I only want the very, very, very front. So, I have tried to cut baby hairs in this wig, so it kind of looks a bit messed up. So it's fine. This is a perfect wig for practice. So we're going to try and pull a little triangle of hair, if I can do this and show you what I'm doing. But we don't want, we want, oh, I'm just throwing my comb everywhere. The explanation of this is a lot harder than when you actually visibly see it happen. So I'm trying to go off the side a bit and catch some of these side hairs. So it's going to kind of, you see how we're going to go at an angle this way. Try and pull some of these forward on both sides though. So we're going to do one side. If you need to pin or place the other half back or whatever you need to do. God, thick wigs are just insane. So take a little clip and just clip that portion out of the way. Again, this is just part one. This is only just part of what we're doing. So, all right, the other section about the same height. We're gonna take on this side and come over and down again. Try and incorporate some of those side. God, well, yeah, you shouldn't do that because that's just not good to do. Just rip the hairs, but you know, she's not an expensive wig, or one that I'm keeping forever probably. So, all right, so we got. Grief. I really did cut this one weird. Anyway. So we got that going. Kind of look roughly the same. I'm going to pull a little bit more on this side just so know what kind of falls is roughly the same on both sides. You'll see as you kind of journey through this wig world, like how all this is done. Anyway, another clip. Do the other side. Clip it back. I'm not gonna worry about any of that yet. Put some more of this back. I think that. No, we're pulling some of that forward. Okay, pull that forward and that forward. Okay. Confusing myself. All right. So now we have our little pigtailed beauty here with her bangs about to steam. So this is just part one again. Just part one. I'm going to hopefully merge these two together, but we got part one right now. What I've got is a steam wand, a regular clothes steamer. I'm going to turn it on. Does not take long, but you're going to want something so you can get a little bit further away from the heat. But we're going to brush the this stuff. Alexa, stop. We're going to brush the fibers forward. Okay. So it's going to be nice and forward. It doesn't really matter because you're going to brush all this out. Or cut all this off in part two. But I'm just trying to get a general area here. I bend down the front of the canvas head to make this a little easier. And also, please use a canvas head. Don't do this on your head. This will burn you. It is 200 degrees coming out here, at least. So what I'm doing is brushing the fibers forward as I steam. And that's training the fibers to go forward. You know, you can possibly burn the fibers with steam if you're not careful. So don't just keep them in one spot too long, the steamer. So we're just going to keep doing this until I'm satisfied with kind of the way it wants to lay, I guess. If you, because you can kind of notice how the fibers start to move. They start to not want to be going the way they were going, which is great. And then tilt her back if you need to, back up, and then see where we're going here. Trying to get this middle part to not be so stiff right there for whenever I do get a chance to cut it. So we're just going to get really close here to the fibers. I can't remember what some of the stuff's called. I get the Velcro and velour parts mixed, or velvet mixed up so much all the time. My words ever since having babies just don't work. I just don't have many like very, very good words. Anyway, I am not a word person. Okay, I used to be, but not so much anymore. All right, I'm gonna pull some more down because I can see some wefts over here that I'm not too happy with. So I'm off a second. Maybe bring some of this down. And again, this is just, you know, I've been doing this for a few years, so I know kind of what I'm looking for, but, okay, that'll look a little better. It's, definitely making this hair go back, which is nice. But, yeah, you just keep on with the steam. You know, sometimes you have to go back because sometimes you'll find out that, you know, the steam molds the hair in a different way than you wanted it to go. So you have to kind of mess with it a bit. So don't be scared to mess with your wig, especially because this was a $23 wig, maybe. I'm not worried about it. All right. So we are just going to give this middle bit a little bit more, as I seriously am just trying to, I don't know if you can see the stiff part still very stiff. It's still very much there, and I'm out of steam. But anyway, that is part one. And then you're just going to leave it as long as you can. If you want, you can kind of clip this little section and just kind of mark kind of where you're going to clip under, like you're going to cut under, say there maybe, and just come back to it. That way at least the fibers will start to kind of cool in that direction a little bit. And then again, just leave it. Let it cool, leave it overnight. 8 hours, 10 hours, just, you know, come back to it. It's a project piece. So we're gonna leave her for a couple days, but we'll come back and see how we do. All right, this should be part 2. If I can merge these 2 videos together, we'll see how I do. But this is cooled and dried and everything. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna cut this. This is gonna be the long side pieces. So we're gonna just kind of cut it. I'm gonna cut this way so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm gonna cut it. You can just kind of cut it blunt right now, because you're gonna come back to it. It's not a big deal right now. Okay, woo, bangs, pretty hair. Anyway, all right. So now that's done, we can take the clip off. All right, and now you're gonna see where you are with this, and it looks like the bangs are okay so far, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna spread out the hair. Let me get this other smaller tooth comb. I'm gonna spread it out a little bit, and from the sides going up slightly to the middle on both sides, and then we will adjust that as we go. So basically, see, this is gonna be like, where is that? Like, okay, so yeah, I don't think I want to go much. I'm trying to measure my head. Sorry, here. I don't want to go very far past this length here. So we're gonna try and keep that in mind. We don't want to go. So yeah, we just want to kind of. We're just gonna have to make a mess here because it's just the way it's gonna be. Okay. And of course, we're gonna go back in just a minute. I'm not gonna do this too straight of a cut because, you know, we don't want it to be too blunt. So slowly, just kind of do little choppy cuts is fine because you're gonna come back to it. Really, I don't like my trash can not being right under the thing, but that's just me. So we're just gonna kind of chop towards the middle a little bit. We'll fix things as we go. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing this quick and bluntly, and my scissors are actually going dull, which is not surprising considering that, you know, I'm using synthetics here. But I'm just going to kind of quickly cut through this if I can. I'll say, don't want to be quick because I want to be accurate, but at the same time, you just can't always be quick and accurate, or either or. So, all right, this just does not look great right now, I know, and that's fine. So what I'm going to do is find my comb piece again. That's about where that's going to be. So we're going to come about here, and that's about where our shortest length is going to be. Right about there. Okay. Get a big, I'm trying to cut a bit in here so I can kind of follow that. Okay, there we go. Follow that bit around. This is what you do, is you do the point and cut method. So you don't do a blunt cut, you just cutting and pointing, cutting, or pointing and cutting. Point, cut, and pull as you. That's why my tips of my scissors are dull, because they're cutting plastic all the time. So we're just going to do this. And I think, oh, no, well, yeah, actually, I have thinning shears, these. I think these can help take a lot of the bulk out. Maybe. Especially the middle where I'm working. Yeah, not too bad. Kind of helps a little bit. Thin that section up so I can work with it a bit more. Okay, there's just a couple of different kind of cuts for you to work with. It's no right or wrong really to any of them. It's just technique and patience, perseverance. You know, you're not happy with it, keep trying. Yeah, it can get expensive if you are experimenting with expensive wigs. If you can afford to get cheaper wigs to practice with, it is by far the best option in my advice. Because cheap wigs do act somewhat like expensive wigs, especially the fibers can be similar, but every manufacturer manufactures all their fibers will be different temperature, have different temperature sensitivities to them. That's why some of them will burn and some of them will not. It's just a simple fact that God, we got a lot more to go. It's just the way it is. I mean, that's just how it is. All right, so a little bit more in the middle. Again, trying not to cut blunt cuts, but my scissors are going bad, or going dull, so I have got to cut a bit further into the scissor than I would like to cut. Further, like less of the tip of the scissors, rather, to get the bulk of what I'm trying to do off. I'm sorry you cannot see this, but I'm left-handed and the cutting with right scissors, I'm on the left side of the camera, so I know I'm not making this any easier for anybody. I know that. But just, you know, little bits at a time, little sections as you go, brush it out, just keep going. Yeah, see, we still got some that needs to come back. You know, if I had gone to school for this, I'm sure I would know more about what I was doing. I'm sorry my head keeps getting in front of there, but it does. So we're just going to keep on going. I was hoping that this would not take a long time, but you know, I can't be accurate if I'm not taking my time. Anyway, try and cut these a bit higher because these scissors are so dull. Oh my gosh. It's just the tips, like the front top, the first half is so dull because that's what I do, is clip, 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 clip. All right. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't do editing to my videos. I apologize for that. I'm just not, I can barely even put videos together, like just 2 videos, let alone actually trying to do anything with any videos ever. Grief. Okay, I need to get more centered. So you're not going to be centered, but I have got to get more centered so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Okay, that's better. Alright, it's getting there. But again, my scissors are so dull, it's making it difficult. And I'm trying to commentate on this while I'm doing it, and I'm not I'm not good at thinking and doing, apparently. I learned that so much with these videos. I cannot, I'm not a multitasker. Okay, so it's getting a little better. These sides can be longer. That's what I was trying to do, is keep them a little bit longer in the middle, which is fine. But this side just needs to keep going because it is just too long right there. Okay. I'm trying to avoid putting any of this on my head because I was doing 2 today, putting them on my head, and I just had hair all over me all day, and it's just been terrible. All right, so, yeah, we still got a ways to go. So now we're going to concentrate on just the middle. So we're going to go quite deep now on just the middle section. And over slightly towards the edge, but not too far. But your biggest friend here, your biggest ally is going to be this point and cut technique, so you don't get the blunt cut, the flat blunt cut. And then you just kind of keep going until you're satisfied. Put it on your head a few times. Keep going back if you need to see what it looks like. Here in a little bit, I will show you if I can get to a happy place with these dull scissors that are about to drive me bonkers. Okay. Again, this is just absolutely terrible because the scissors are dull. So when your tools don't want to work properly, it makes the job much more difficult, of course. All right, so let's see if that's the length that I wanted at. Where's the... Yeah, that might be okay. Let me just do a little smidge more. Because this is going to be way too long for my head, I think. I just really don't know what I'm doing either sometimes. How are my hands cramping? Okay. Let me see if it looks a bit better. I don't know. Maybe. Alright, so this one is actually heat friendly. I'm going to pop my Cool Flow Dual Styler on. Maybe. Yeah. Real quick, hopefully. It's not too bad. Well, I'm still cutting this up a little bit. Because I'm like super nitpicky about everything. I like my stuff to be perfect, so I get a little antsy about it all not being perfect. Oh god, yeah, these scissors are terrible. Anyway, okay, so and I am not a professional anything, so all right. So I'm going to take the bangs and I'm going to try and curl them under a little bit just so they're a little more natural looking, maybe. So much stuff everywhere. Oh my gosh. And of course I'm covering up everything with my lovely hands and arms. Because I am in the wrong side of everything. All right. So grab some, curl it under a little bit so it will look a bit more natural, maybe. We shall see. This needs to be cut more because she is just a hot mess right now. Hot mess and a half because I have got more on one side than the other that I'm just now noticing. I think it'll be okay. I think I can possibly blend that better. But it's just this little bit here that I'm not... There's some stuff. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Scissors aren't even cutting half the time, so this is not working well for me. All right, so get you some scissors that work, and then, you know, try again. All right, so you're gonna loosen the clips, turn my curler off before I burn the house down. All right, so take this off, give it a shake out, and see how she looks with bangs. Okay, she's got quite thick bangs, and I knew I had probably done them quite thick, but that's okay. I can't see because it's too long. But you know, again, that's sticking to my wet forehead because I'm sweaty. Can't really get this much higher because this things don't look at my ugly bedroom. That's not too terrible. I'm looking at the hair on the floor. Really, it's you can pull some of this to the side a bit. It's sticking to my sweaty forehead, and it actually isn't too bad. You can kind of go back through, like trim some of the bits just to even them up a little, but that is basically how you add bangs to a wig.